So welcome back to another SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. So nagpapasalamat ako sa inyo lahat sa pagsuporta na aking channel, lalo sa mga dati ko pang gameplay na SmackDown vs. Raw. So pagpatuloy natin itong gameplay natin. So let's fucking do this, guys. SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. So last time kung daw nagkakamali ng laban natin si Big Show nung una. So pero nagano si Trish. So mag-begin week na tayo dito, guys. Revolution. Destroy versus Kane, okay. Okay.
A big raw welcome to all our fans here in Phoenix, Arizona, and around the world. This is good old JR, Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
This place is packed, JR. And I know these fans can't wait to see the Raw superstars in action, and neither can I.
I couldn't agree more, King. We certainly appreciate the support of these great Phoenix fans. And I personally guarantee that they're going to get more than their money's worth tonight.
You can see me.
These superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR.
I had a feeling their paths were going to cross sooner or later, and I'm glad I'm here to see it.
Me too. It almost makes it worth having to sit next to you and listen to those corny expressions of yours. What the heck is a government mule anyway?
It's what you get beat like. We're in the middle of a slobber knock. And if you don't have the guts to stick around, you might run
So final na yata to, guys.
In a case of the liver thing.
All right, enough. I'm getting a translator before I have to come out here with you again. I've got to say, JR, I'm really impressed by what we've seen here tonight.
How could you not be, King? I don't think he's climbing up there for the view. What a reversal.
Look at this, JR. Can you imagine SmackDown putting on a match half as good as this?
No disrespect intended for our SmackDown colleagues, but no, I can't, King. I truly believe Raw is the dominant brand of sports entertainment.
And you hit the nail right on the head there, JR. The dominant brand. Not the slightly better brand or the sort of superior brand.
Absolutely not. I'm a Raw man, and I have to believe we're head and shoulders better than the competition.
You won't get any argument from me, JR. SmackDown's the minor leagues as far as I'm concerned.
He's all fired up now, King, and I'd hate to be on the receiving end.
I don't think his opponent's got a hope of hurting him now. Oh, sure. Now the fans start to cheer for him. Now that he's in the driver's seat.
Come on, King. He's had the crowd behind him all match, and now it's paying off. Look at the confidence radiating off this superstar.
All I see is an overconfident superstar who's throwing away the match by not following up. I think I know who's going to win this one, JR.
Oh, really? Enlighten us, King.
Wait a second. Why are you so eager to hear my prediction?
Because I want to know who's going to win. And 9 times out of 10, it's not.
Oh. Okay.
The superstar you pick.
Bakit?
Boy, when you look at these superstars, it really drives home the fact that Raw is the dominant brand of sports entertainment.
Well, there's no doubt about that, JR. There's not a superstar on the SmackDown roster who could hold a candle to Raw's finest.
I wouldn't go that far, King. There are quite a few SmackDown superstars who I'd love to have on Raw.
Oh, come on, JR. Why would you want to lower the tone of the Raw locker room by bringing in some losers from SmackDown?
King, next time you call The Undertaker, Kurt Angle, and Chris Benoit losers, make sure you give me some warning.
Oh.
Get the hell out of here before you do it. I don't want to be any part of what that's going to get. His opponent's down, and now he's sharing a piece of his mind.
He's going to have to eat those words by the end of this match, JR. I'll admit it, it's a little scary to watch up close, but I love watching Kane go to work. He's practically unstoppable.
He's certainly not stopped by conscience, that's for sure. Kane will crush anyone and anything that stands between him and his objective.
You say that like it's a bad thing, JR. I think it's great. No one forces a superstar to get into the ring against Kane. And if they aren't up to the challenge, they're probably not cut out for the WWE. There he goes, JR. He's been busted open. Look at all of that blood.
Would you at least try and not sound so gleeful, King? This is serious.
You're darn right it's serious, JR. It's deadly serious.
Di, panalo tayo.
It's the game. Triple H. What do you think is on the WWE Champion's mind?
Wow, what an impressive match. Is it too late for me to back out of WrestleMania?
Well, it seems like the champion's attitude hasn't improved since the last time we saw him.
If that's all you're gonna bring to the main event of WrestleMania, you might as well not even lace up your damn boots. You see this? This doesn't leave my waist unless I say it does. It's called the champion's advantage. If I get disqualified, I keep the title, and you get Jack. But I got a deal for you. You go to SmackDown this Friday night and send my ungrateful ex-protege Randy Orton a message. You pin him 1, 2, 3, and I'll make our title match a no DQ match. But if you screw up, you're not getting a damn thing from me, except the beating of your life at WrestleMania.
The game has offered his challenger a deal with the devil. Will he accept?
He's not a fool. If he's serious about winning at WrestleMania, this is just too good a deal to pass up.
Okay. No fear in the Legend Killer. So kayo guys, kayo na lang ang magbasa. Okay, sa Orton nga.
Welcome to a sold-out SmackDown from San Antonio, Texas. Do we have an exciting show for you tonight?
Oh, I'm telling you, man, I can't wait for the action to start. Just listen to these fans.
Sakit.
These superstars are on top of their game, but only one of them is going to have their hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like...
Oh, man, nothing will cut off your air quicker than a rope across the floor.
Especially when your opponent is putting all of their body weight into it.
2, 3.
Man, this match is so good, it's even worth sitting next to you to watch it, Cole.
Well, thanks a lot, Taz. You know, you're not always my #1 choice for a podcast partner, right?
You know what you should do, Girl Pants? You should team up with Jerry Lawler. Then it could be the king and queen on commentary.
Real funny, Taz.
Oh.
Oh, my, there's the submission hold. He's in the driver's seat now.
No doubt, Cole. If your opponent lets you lock that in, it usually means that they ain't got much left.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing an incredible display of athletic ability here tonight.
What do you expect, Cole? These are WWE superstars for crying out. You know, there is such a thing as playing to the crowd a little too much, and that's exactly what I'm seeing here.
I disagree.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Nothing courts you a match quicker than overcome.
What are you talking about? I see a dominant superstar who's rallying this capacity crowd behind him. And there's the reversal.
Oh, ang galing.
These superstars give everything they got when in a match like this. But a lot of people don't realize what they sacrifice behind the scenes also.
No question. If you want to make it in the WWE, you've got to sacrifice.
Oh. Hindi, yung controller ko.
Just about everything for your career.
Salpa kasi.
It has to be as important to you as anything else in your life.
But what you gotta realize, to make it in the WWE, this is not a job. This is a lifestyle. That's why you see so much passion for what they do in the ring.
And that's something you won't see anywhere else. With all due respect to every athlete and entertainer out there, no one gives...
Tanggal ko na.
much of themselves to their fans as the WWE superstars. What a counter that was.
I'll tell you, all the WWE superstars are legit tough. But these superstars are really raising the bar here tonight.
They sure are, Taz. We're seeing some great intensity here tonight.
And that's the name of the game, Cole, intensity. You gotta stay on your opponent until one of you can't go anymore.
I think these superstars are well aware of that, Taz. I think that's exactly what they've got in mind. He saw that one coming.
Oh.
He likes Brian Bird, and it's easy to see why. He's pretty good at it.
He certainly is. And I hope he's proud of himself. Personally, I find it disgusting.
Man, I'll tell you what, man, this one's just turned into a fight. Pure and simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be physical. But I don't think anyone was prepared for this.
I gotta admit, it kind of took me by surprise, Cole. That don't happen too often.
That's an understatement. You've been in hundreds of matches in your career. We've both called hundreds more. We usually have a pretty good idea of what to expect, but not this time.
I guess it just goes to show you, Cole, like they say, anything can happen here in the WWE. Oh, man!
Oh.
I guess if you're going to dish it out, you better be able to take it. Man, you talk about superstars who ain't got an ounce of quit in them, huh? You're looking at them right here.
Oh, no! I think he's bleeding from that last shot.
Whoa! You're not kidding, Cole. He's busted wide open.
Get in there and take a look at him, ref. I think we're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight, Taz.
It's a great thing to hear, Cole. I'm all in favor of freedom of expression, whether I agree with what they're saying or not. Hey, the ref's got a tough job. I mean,
oh my, the submission hold is locked in.
And this ain't easy to get out of either, Cole.
This superstar is all fired up. And so is this capacity crowd.
Oh.
Yeah, well, tell you what, one mistake and wouldn't see that fire go out pronto.
And here we go with the submission hold. This could be a pivotal moment in this match.
It sure could. There's a lot of pressure being applied in that hold, Cole. Man, I can't tell you how impressed I am with what I've seen here tonight so far.
How could you not be impressed, Taz? And there's the pin.
This has been a great match so far, and I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make a guess then?
There's no guesswork involved, Cole. But if you're gonna be snippy, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Wow, if I knew it was that.
Here's your winner, the People's Champ.
Okay. Triple H, I gonna hand it to you.
Gotta hand it to you. You made Orton look like the chump I always said he was last week. And now you've got yourself a no DQ match at WrestleMania. And since you seem to be enjoying yourself over there on SmackDown, how about teaching Batista the same lesson? I want to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that without me, he's nothing. If you pin Batista, I'll give you your choice of match at WrestleMania. That's not the kind of offer I throw around every day. So I'd suggest you take it.
Okay. Batista.
It's the city so nice they named it twice. Tonight, SmackDown comes to you from the Big Apple, New York City.
A place that I am very proud to call home, Cole, and also a place that I'm proud to say I made my WWE debut.
It sure is, partner. And you know, it's always a huge event whenever
Oh.
SmackDown comes to the city that never sleeps. I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
May ano ba dito, match rules? Oh.
You're not going to hear me say this much, Cole, but I definitely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long feud.
I don't know how nice it is, but there are certainly some issues between these superstars, and I think this match might only exasperate them.
Please, Cole, watch your language, will you? It's a family show.
Oh my God, I think the referee's out, Taz.
I'll tell you, they got to start getting sturdier reps, Cole. This kind of thing seems to happen all the time.
I don't think that chair's going to be good for much after this match.
Well, it's good for what he used it for, and that's all that really matters. Man, what a chair shot. Reminds me of the old EC. Ha! That's the way to do it.
See.
Grab a weapon from under the ring and start swinging.
What an impact. That's going to do some damage.
You're not kidding, Cole. That's got to hurt like hell.
Oh my God, what a chair shot.
Yeah, and that don't tickle. Believe me, young lady.
I think we're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight. Why do they keep so many dangerous weapons under the ring? Those things can cause serious injuries. Nice reversal.
You know, Cole, I'd asked you who you were pulling for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for.
I never claimed to be completely objective, Taz. It's no secret I respect superstars who stick within the rules and show some sportsmanship in the ring.
You gotta understand, Cole. I know it ain't exactly kosher, but you're putting your body on the line in there. You gotta do whatever it takes to protect yourself and pick up the win.
Kaz, you're talking about two different things. Going outside the rules in the name of self-defense is one thing. But cheating to steal a victory and enhance your own career is something completely different.
Man, his opponent looked like a punk with that counter.
Sakit.
Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
Oh, come on, Cole. You know, you should let me train you. You could be cruiserweight champion in like a year.
Oh, no. I've heard stories about the way you train people. You make Marine drill instructors look like pushovers.
Duh. They're just training people to go to war.
Oh, no. I think he's bleeding from that last shot.
Whoa, you're not kidding, Cole. He's busted wide open.
Get in there and take a look at him, ref. What the? That's his opponent finishing maneuver. This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
No surprise there, Cole.
He may get the 3 count right
Oh,
here.
man.
These WWE fans just can't get enough of these superstars.
And I'm glad to see it. A WWE match isn't just about competition, it's also about entertaining the fans.
Okay, well, if that's the case, how come they got you as an announcer? I mean, that ain't exactly great entertainment, in my opinion.
You might be right, Taz. I think it would be extremely entertaining to listen to you try to call a match all by yourself. I think that if one of these superstars successfully executes their finishing move, this one is over.
That ain't necessarily the case, Cole. Just because it's called a...
How humiliating to get hit with your own finisher like that.
This guy might not have enough to kick out.
Here comes Orton.
Oh my God! What an impact! This isn't right. I may not always agree with the motives of Randy Orton and Batista, but they're SmackDown superstars, and that's a SmackDown ring.
I can't believe Teddy Long would let a Raw superstar come to SmackDown like this and make his superstars look bad.
Orton, I hope you had fun invading SmackDown.
I hope you've had fun invading SmackDown for the past couple weeks, because you're about to get a taste of your own medicine. See, Batista and I are coming to Raw this week, and you and Triple H had better be ready for the ass-kicking of a lifetime.
Long. Thread from Teddy Long. Hey, Playa, as you know, I let you come to SmackDown the past couple weeks and take on Randy Orton and Batista, and from what I hear, you did so because you're in cahoots with the WWE Champion Triple H. While it's true that your opportunities to mix it up with some top superstars on SmackDown has created extra hype for WrestleMania, I figured that now it's time for a little payback. Tonight, you and Triple H can take on Randy Orton and Batista in a tag team match right there on Raw. I can't think of a better win for SmackDown than a tag team win over Raw's champion and #1 contender. And a week before WrestleMania at that. Oh, and don't bother running and complaining to Shane McMahon. I know he may be looking after things over on Raw these days, but this match has already been approved by the WWE Board of Directors. So there's ain't nothing you can do about it, hola. Okay.
There's no question why they call this man the cerebral assassin. He's had the #1 contender for his own title doing his dirty work for him for weeks now.
You're only telling half the story, JR. Triple H offered him some pretty nice perks for doing those favors. And when you're facing the game for the title at WrestleMania, you gotta take every advantage you can get.
Okay, may ginawa lang ako.
All right, Triple H, I've played your little game, and now I want what's coming to me. The way I figure it, we've got some business to settle, and it's all about our title match at WrestleMania.
Fine with me. You know, I gotta admit, I didn't expect you to be able to handle Batista the way you did last week. And that chair shot to Orton was just priceless. And now I'm starting to regret making the offer that I made. But as you know, I'm a man of my word. So what's it gonna be, chump? When you step into the ring with the game for the greatest prize in this industry, in the biggest match of all time, what kind of match is it gonna
be? Okay, no disqualification. Oh, Hell in the Cell.
A big raw welcome to all our fans here in Phoenix, Arizona, and around the world. This is good old JR, Jim Ross, here with Jerry the King Lawler.
This place is packed, JR. And I know these fans can't wait to see the Raw superstars in action, and neither can I.
I couldn't agree more, King. We certainly appreciate the support of these great Phoenix fans, and I personally guarantee that they're going to get more than their money's worth tonight.
So, how do you think this one's going to turn out, JR?
Honestly, King, I have absolutely no idea. Anything can happen here in the WWE.
But you've got to have a guess, right?
The tag is made.
Okay.
You got to respect the commitment and the dedication of these superstars to their career.
No question about it, King. Every superstar on the roster has had to make more sacrifices than any other professional athlete I know.
It really is like being married to your career. There's not much room for anything else.
And marriage is a subject which you happen to be something of an authority. Isn't that right, King?
Come on now, JR. A man doesn't know what true happiness is until he's married.
Ouch.
And then it's too late. All's fair in love and war, JR. And I love it when this guy goes to war.
Whoever said that cheaters never prosper certainly never saw this man in action.
This match has the potential to be an instant classic, and I think these fans are too stupid to realize it.
How can you say that, King? How can you insult the intelligence of these WWE fans?
Well, I heard that we gave them an IQ test, and the results came back negative.
Folks, I've got to apologize for the King here tonight.
Uh-oh. Talk about a hole you don't want to find yourself in.
No kidding. This will rearrange your anatomy.
After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR, I think we'd better remind the folks at home, I don't care how tough you are, JR, No one can take this kind of pain for long.
You're absolutely right, King. We've seen many superstars tap out to this very hole.
Tanga.
You ever think you'd be watching these superstars? Looks like he's tagging in his partner. I think I know who's going to win this one, JR.
Oh, really? Enlighten us, King.
Wait a second. Why are you so eager to hear my prediction?
Because I want to know who's going to win. And 9 times out of 10, it's not the super... What a submission hold! Could this be a tap out?
It isn't. The hole can't be broken. You can't take this kind of pain for long. Oh, boy. These fans have got something on their minds, JR.
Well, they paid for their tickets, King, and they've got a right to say whatever they want.
You talk about ruthless aggression. Look at the way these superstars have been going after each other.
They're not playing with kid gloves. And here come the closed fist shots to the head. This could change the complexion of the match.
Oh.
And this could also change the complexion of the face, JR. I don't even want to think about the bruises we'll see on this superstar tomorrow. Man, he's just laying in those punches, JR.
Yeah, and I bet I know how many we're going to see, too. This is a classic matchup, King. I'm so glad the WWE fans are getting the chance to see it.
Yeah, and I'm happy that I'm getting to see it too, JR. Just wish they'd pick up the pace.
Tanga, tinamaan
Oh,
ako.
no. This is classic old-school wrestling at its finest. You, of all people, should be able to appreciate that, King.
Wait a minute, JR. You're not trying to say that I'm old, are you?
Of course not, King. Although there was that rumor going around about your Social Security number was 1.
I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match. He's got that submission hold locked in.
He sure does, JR. He might make his opponent tap out right here. His opponent telegraphed that one.
See.
What a match that was, King. Orton and Batista are going to be bringing some bruises back with them with SmackDown, that's for sure.
They went through the ringer, no doubt about it. Triple H has risked his champion's advantage at WrestleMania for the sake of teaching his former Evolution teammates a lesson. Talk about holding a grudge.
And now I have to wonder whether or not Triple H might have given up too much.
Oh, my gosh!
Damn it, I knew it was too good to be true. Triple H is going after him with that damn sledgehammer.
Triple H is absolutely destroying his WrestleMania challenger with that sledgehammer.
This just isn't right. But considering his recent actions, there might be some unsympathetic SmackDown fans in the crowd.
Did he really think Triple H wasn't just waiting for his chance to do something like that? They're competing for the WWE title at WrestleMania this Sunday.
Oh, ending na yata to, guys. Shane to Red. To Red from Shane McMahon. Well, you got your medical clearance, but only just barely, to be absolutely clear. Neither the board of directors nor myself recommends that you risk further injury tonight by competing in your scheduled match against Triple H. However, if you choose to ignore this suggestion, your championship match tonight will take place as scheduled. Okay. Hell in a Cell. Oh!
Watch out! He reversed it! Look at this, JR. Can you imagine SmackDown putting on a match half as good as this?
No disrespect intended for our SmackDown colleagues, but no, I can't, King. I truly believe Raw is the dominant brand of sports entertainment.
And you hit the nail right on the head there, JR. The dominant brand. Not the slightly better brand or the sort of superior brand.
Absolutely not. I'm a Raw man, and I have to believe we're head and shoulders better than the competition.
Don't get any argument from me, JR. SmackDown's the minor leagues as far as I'm concerned.
Patay ka nga sa akin. Huhulog kita.
I've got to say, JR, I'm really impressed by what we've seen.
He's all fired up now, King, and I'd hate to be on the receiving end.
I don't think his opponent's got a hope of hurting him now. Uh-oh. Come on. You got to stop this guy before he really gets going.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. He's built up too much momentum to be stopped now.
Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths were going to cross sooner or later, and I'm glad I'm here to see.
Me too. It almost makes it worth having to sit next to you and listen to those corny expressions of yours. What the heck is a government mule anyway?
It's what you get beat by.
Durugin natin yung
We're in the
paa.
middle of a slobber knock. And if you don't have the guts to stick around, oh my God, that's his opponent's finisher. He just stole it.
Okay.
Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to who's going to win this thing.
What? Have you got both your contacts in one
natin.
eye, JR? It's been obvious to me since the start of the match.
Oh, really? Well, then, why don't you just enlighten the rest of us?
Oh, no! This is terrible! You can't let your opponent build this kind of momentum!
Well, all I can say is someone's been eating their vitamins and saying their prayers.
You know, JR, when I saw this, he's really cranking up the pressure on that hole, JR!
He sure is. There's no doubt he's looking for the submission right here. Would you look at that? A blatantly illegal maneuver. That should be a disqualification.
You might be right, JR, but I don't hear the ring bell. This match is still going.
This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
They sure are, JR, and I love to hear it. I've been looking forward to this match all night, JR. I can't believe it's finally underway.
This has been a hotly anticipated contest. And as far as I'm concerned, it's living up to the hype.
No question about that. He's going for the pin. His opponent telegraphed that one.
Lang.
Boy, when you look at these superstars, it really drives home the fact that Raw is the dominant brand of sports entertainment.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, JR. There's not a superstar on the SmackDown roster who could hold a candle to Raw's finest.
I wouldn't go that far, King. There are quite a few SmackDown superstars who I'd love to have on Raw.
Oh, come on, JR. Why would you want to lower the tone of the Raw locker room by bringing in some losers from SmackDown?
King, next time you call The Undertaker, Kurt Angle, and Chris Benoit losers, make sure you give me some warning so I can get the hell out of here before you do it.
Look at that! He's bleeding like a stuck pig!
The referee had better get in there and take a look at that. We may need to stop this match.
Stop the match? Are you crazy, JR? It's just getting interesting.
This is a classic matchup, King. I'm so glad the WWE fans are getting the chance to see it.
Yeah, and I'm happy that I'm getting to see it too, JR. I just wish they'd pick up the pace a little.
Oh, no. This is classic old-school wrestling at its finest. You of all people should be able to appreciate that, King.
Wait a minute, JR. You're not trying to say that I'm old, are you?
Of course not, King. Although there was that rumor going around about your Social Security number was 1.
He reversed it.
Oh, boy, this is not going to be an easy hole to escape from.
It sure isn't, JR. I've been on the wrong end of that one many times.
I think this crowd has decided to exercise the right of free speech.
God bless the First Amendment, JR. All's fair in love and war, JR. And I love it when this guy goes to war.
Whoever said that cheaters never prosper certainly never saw this man in action.
This match has the potential to be an instant classic, but I think these fans are too stupid to realize it.
How can you say that, King? How can you insult the intelligence of these WWE...
Ay! Tanga!
I heard that we gave them an IQ test, and the results came back negative.
Folks, I've got to apologize for the King here tonight. He must have gotten up on the wrong side of somebody else's bed this morning.
I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long. He's got that submission hold locked in.
He sure does, JR. He might make his opponent tap out right here. So, JR, are you enjoying the match so far?
Yes, I am. I think these superstars are putting on one hell of an exhibition here tonight.
What's your favorite part of it so far?
I don't think it's happened yet. My favorite part of the match would be when you quit yapping and let me enjoy it.
Now, JR, keep your words soft and sweet because you may have to eat them later. It looks like they've slowed the match down a little, and I think that's some good strategy right there.
It certainly is. I'm sure they're well acquainted with the old expression, fools rush in.
Is that why you all...
Look at this, King. He just stole his opponent's finishing maneuver. They just smashed to the cell. The spot at nothing.
Oh, boy. These fans have got something on their... Oh, man. I've been in this hole before, JR. This brings back some bad memories.
I can understand why, King. I can't even...
Give up.
He did it! He did it! A new chick in his crown right here on the grandest stage of them all! My God, what a match!
I don't believe it! How the heck did he pull that off?
I have no earthly idea, King. It seems practically superhuman. But one thing's for sure. He beat the game at his own game.
Yeah! And how many superstars can say that? And at WrestleMania, no less.
It's one for the books, King. This is one WrestleMania that will never be forgotten.
Nahuli pa yung ano eh. So guys, hanggang dito na lang muna tayo. So magkita-kita na lang tayo sa WWE 2008. WWE SmackDown vs Raw 2008. So tapos na natin kasi ito itong SmackDown vs Raw 2007. So meron pa mga dito pero hindi ko na pagpapatuloy. So hanggang dito na muna tayo. So thank you for watching and I will see you next time. Peace out.